Well, enjoy him while he's here, folks, because you never know if this will be the last time we see Nate Diaz in the UFC with a fan base really as big as any fighter in the sport. Diaz is back tonight, and we're glad to see him.
Stockton, stand up. This guy has a cult following. He is one of the most interesting guys in the UFC because he has this sense that he really doesn't care to be here, but he also doesn't feel as comfortable anywhere but in the octagon. So it's a love-hate relationship with fighting for Nate Diaz. When he's happiest, when he's best, he's fighting in the UFC. A guy that boxes, unbelievable, but I think it's the attitude of Nate Diaz that has made him into one of the biggest stars that we've ever seen in the octagon.
He had a couple of life-changing paydays against Conor McGregor, the win at UFC 196, the majority decision loss at UFC 202.
Which to this day he says he won, right?
He thinks he won that fight. But one thing goes without saying, and I'll say it anyway, when Nate Diaz fights, the world is watching, and that is the case yet again here tonight. All right, so here's the former University of Missouri wrestler, one Tyron Woodley. First realized the UFC belt back in 2016, and this is a guy who poses a lot of different threats for this UFC welterweight division.
He's a problem. He's a guy that's very tough to prepare for because he has a great wrestling background, but he has this athleticism and this ability to put your lights out with that big right hand that you cannot even focus too much on stopping takedowns. Tyron Woodley is truly one of the best welterweights in the world and one of the best fighters the UFC has ever seen.
Two-time NCAA Division I All-American back in 2003 and 2005, and he certainly carved out a nice niche in MMA. Tyron Woodley ready to add to his legacy here tonight. The chosen one, Tyron Woodley, set to fight Nate Diaz. Our tail of the tape for this highly anticipated welterweight fight. All right, now for the official introductions. We go inside the octagon to Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event of the evening. It's time! 5 rounds in the UFC welterweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner. Ladies and gentlemen, an Ultimate Fighter season winner, Nate Diaz! And now introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner. Ladies and gentlemen, presenting the former UFC welterweight champion, Tyron, the chosen one, Woodley.
All right, Herb Dean, third man in the octagon for this one. Well, Nate Diaz has been in there with some of the best lightweights and welterweights on the planet. Tonight trying to register another big win. Figures to have the boxing advantage. You know he has the reach advantage. We'll see how Nate Diaz approaches the early portions of this fight. And able to avoid the punch there. Nice slip by the chosen one. Oh, uppercut lands. There's another one. All right, early in the fight here, and Nate Diaz off to a pretty good start, found a home for that left hand.
I mean, it is powerful. It does not seem like Nate is throwing it hard, but he always finds his target very accurate with that straight left hand. So he kind of feeds the right hand to get you moving where he wants, and then bang, he drops that straight left on you that hurts so many. Hurt Conor McGregor, and he hurt the welterweight champion, Leon Edwards, in the same way.
Oh, that is a huge power shot from Tyron Woodley. We'll see if he can follow it up here.
That's one of the bigger issues with Tyron. When he gets guys hurt, sometimes he lets off of the gas pedal. Let's see if he can change that and get the finish that he wants so badly.
Frantic pace early on to this one.
Beautiful punch lands there.
Oh, and a nice jab by him there, and that's going to give his opponent some problems if that keeps landing.
He's having a tough time getting his offense going because that jab is just stopping him every time.
Slips to avoid the right. His opponent could be out of here soon, DC.
He's almost done. I mean, when you get hit with a shot like that, you don't know whether to run, hide, grab, or wrestle. I mean, he's confused. He's as confused as he was on his first test in elementary school. And there you go, again, half guard.
Nice job staying offensive there as he lands a shot from the bottom. Well, he's no stranger to being in this position. Strong work from the top here by the chosen one. Oh, and he moves into half guard. The guard pass is starting to pile up.
Right away, he takes the far side underhook. Look for damage from the top to come now.
Good, solid strike on the ground. Well, anytime you are in a ground fighting situation with this fighter, you're potentially playing with fire.
Oh, right into mount. What he has to do here is just try to stay relaxed. Big, explosive actions, panicky actions are what gets you submitted a lot of times.
Well, he's on his back, but he's moving his head on the ground pretty well defensively.
Watch the arm here. He's got it isolated. Good armbar attempt here. What he's got to do now is just be very aggressive to try to finish this fight. Oh my goodness, he's struggling to finish.
All right, so he lets go of the submission now.
He let go because he saw that he was going to lose his position. You got to maintain dominant position when you're in a fight.
Ooh, right into side control, DC.
This is where you want to be now because you get to make your opponent decide. If they try to turn back into you, you can attack guillotine. If they turn away to try to get to your knees, you throw your hooks in and you got all your rear choke submissions.
Well, looks like Woodley's able to make a nice transition there back into side control. Making all these shots count. Woodley's in half guard. Really good job to land these strikes from top position. All right, we'll see if he can apply pressure inside his opponent's guard here, DC. Diaz is back into full guard.
And there you go, again, half guard.
Well, he's on his back, but he's landing. Well, it looks like Woodley's going for a choke. Oh, that Von Flue choke is tight. Oh, you don't see this every day. Nice adjustment.
He's trying to get to the opposite side and get an arm triangle.
Oh, looked pretty tight, but he gives up on the submission. That horn sounds means we have reached the end of round one. Well, what a round it was, especially from a striking standpoint. DC, take us through.
High-level striking. I mean, this is what people come through the doors to see. Two men stand on a quarter, chest to chest, forehead to forehead, and let it all fly. I'm surprised nobody went out, but it does excite me for the next round.
All right, with that, we have arrived at round two. Tyron Woodley versus Nate Diaz. Huge shot finds the target there.
Great shot lands. Now he's got to go find that follow-up attempt. The kill shot was what they call it to go and end the fight.
Now goes in and secures the takedown. Nicely done. All right, so he's got the body locked down here, DC, or so it appears. This is not a guy you want anywhere near your back. Side control now. This pace is just absurd, and he has kept it up throughout the fight. Shades of Max Holloway against Calvin Kattar, punches in bunches.
I mean, being there, watching Max Holloway do what he did was super impressive. So to even list this performance alongside that tells you how this guy is fighting tonight.
A lot of top pressure being applied here as he works out of side control. Oh, he's got the knee on the belly. Could be trouble defensively. Inside the closed guard now.
I mean, he went right into his full guard. What does he do to try to advance himself to give him more of an advantage on the mat?
Really good emphasis on that kick there. Well, without much resistance, the head kick there as he lands, and maybe time to get the bonus checks ready.
I mean, this fight is about done. He's got him hurt very bad with his head kick. Now he has to find one more strike to end the night.
Blocks the shot. Well, I'm no fighter, but if I rock the fight to that extent, I feel like I'm closing the show.
Absolutely. You gotta go close the show. Back and forth we go. These two guys are trading huge shots.
Just over 3 minutes to go.
Oh, he's stuck in the guillotine. Oh, that sub is tight. He's gonna go to sleep. It's over. What a great job attacking the lock. Roll it to your back, giving up the mount. He chose a much worse position over giving up that submission.
Well, he grounded him, and now he's trying to pound him out. Great ground strikes here. Again, not much defense there. Another ground strike gets through. Well, it looks as though that strike maybe opened up a cut around the eye area.
Yeah, it looks like that strike opened up a cut, John, but it's nothing to worry about now. But he's got to start to protect it.
Diaz is right back to the full mount here. Trying to guard pass here. Not today.
No, it ain't happening. Good job understanding the transitions.
So a much different approach for him here in this second round. He was a little bit tentative in round one, a little bit of a feeling out process. Now he has clearly found his rhythm, found the range. We'll see if he can continue with more activity here in round two. Woodley's nose is bleeding now, so we'll see how he handles that adversity, but nothing ideal about it here in the middle of this fight. All right, so a good job by him here. He continues to block these shots, seems to see them coming a mile away.
He sees them coming a mile away, and he's blocking, he's rolling, he's slipping. He's doing a great job. Big punch lands through the middle. Dude's in a good flow state, landing punch after punch.
90 seconds to go in round two.
He gets to the single collar tie. Look for him to now start to find uppercuts up the middle to try to do damage to his opponent.
Well, you know this is the hurt business, and both guys are compromised at this.
Oh, Kimura now.
Ooh, that Kimura looks tight. You gotta be kidding me. How did he get out?
He just stayed calm. Was able to withstand the fire. Now he finds himself out and safe.
Pretty good work with the ground and pound here by Woodley. Oh, and there it is. Was only a matter of time. That ground strike has cut him open. These ground strikes are starting to add up. Ooh, good movement to avoid that strike from the top. All right, half guard position for him here, and I can hear Dominic Cruz in the back of my head just screaming about underhooks somewhere.
Yeah, he loves, I mean, but he's right? He's so right in terms of if you're on your back in the half guard, one thing you can't be is flat on your back. You need to be up on an elbow.
Right. You
need to be half on the side, and you need to control the far side underhook. It is a battle for underhook when you're fighting in the half guard position on the mat.
Oh, we'll see who has the edge here as they get back to their feet after a pretty engaged battle there on the ground. Huge strike lands there, DC.
He landed that massive shot. Now he needs to try to find the next shot, the follow-up shot that will finish the fight.
Oh, he lands a big left hand. 10 minutes in the can. All right, there's the horn. The round is over, but not before he was cut on his nose from the strikes in that round. Back to the stool. Cut man is in. Should be able to shut that cut and prevent it from becoming an issue moving forward. But, of course, as soon as he gets struck in that next round, it could open back up. Well, if you're the replay guy, a lot to like in that previous round. A lot of damage being inflicted.
Yeah, I mean, and look at the swelling now, John. He wasn't doing what he needed to do to move his head, and he's paying for it. You cannot allow for an elite-level mixed martial artist to connect at that rate and think that you will not be wearing the damage. He's wearing it now. I'm interested to see what changes he makes to give himself an opportunity.
Third round underway. Well, we wondered earlier why there weren't as many body strikes. He's making up for lost time here. Shot to the body connects, and that bears watching. That's going to hurt this opponent. Well, that left hand has been there at times, not on that attempt. Missed with that attempt. Nice straight right hand.
He's just being more aggressive, and because he's being more aggressive and more loose with his shots, he's landing.
Slips the punch. Man, he has been absolutely masterful on the feet this evening, and everything has worked off of that patented jab. He has had it in his opponent's face all night long, and he's used it to set up his other combinations. Expertly done on the feet tonight. Woodley goes for the takedown and misses. Well, we got a lot of blood now, ladies and gentlemen. I think my mother just turned off the TV, but every time that area gets targeted, that cut is getting worse and closer.
He needs to get on his bicycle, John. He needs to get into space so that he doesn't get finished.
There's the left hand from Diaz.
Oh, just opening up on him now.
Right hand over the top. Misses again with a right punch. Oh, nice slip to avoid that right hand. Well, looks like Woodley's eye appears to be closing up by the second.
What a fun fight. These two are going back and forth.
Oh, man, it ain't Dikembe Mutombo, but he is blocking all these shots coming his way.
Get that out of here. He sees it. Guillotine jump.
Oh, that looks wicked tight. There's the tap. The winner by submission.
Holy.
Wow, an unbelievable result here tonight by way of submission, and he bided his time there. He stayed patient, waited for an opening, and then when it was there, he certainly capitalized to get the tap here tonight. All right, so a wild round and a wild sequence there on the ground. DC, talk us through the highlight.
He's such a phenomenal grappler. I don't understand how people don't know that this guy wants to submit you. He is the best grappler, best submission specialist we've seen in a long time.
And we go inside the octagon. Bruce Buffer has your official decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Herb Dean has called a stop to this contest at 2 minutes, 8 seconds of round number 3. Declaring the winner by tap out, Nate Diaz!
All right, so one of the biggest superstars on this roster, top to bottom, Nathan Diaz getting his hand raised tonight and still showing you, DC, several years into this thing, he can still compete and beat the best guys in the world.
People used to talk about Nick and Nate Diaz. He was the little brother, and he wants to still be Nick's little brother. But right now, Nate Diaz stands alone. Nate Diaz stands on his own as one of the best fighters in the entire UFC.